Brajesh, let's get the snowball rolling. Structurally speaking, how significant, and I mean, so many of those developments, so many of those posts on social media, how significant is the removal of the Rajya Sabha deputy leader within a party like the Aam Aadmi Party? Is this routine? Is this reshuffle a clear signal of something? And what next for Raghav Chadha? How are you reading it?
I'm not surprised at all that this has happened. The only surprise is why it has taken this long. That is point number one. And point number two, while his, the letter being written and, the entire issue being made very public, it is not going to have a very adverse political fallout for the Aam Aadmi Party, barring giving Congress and BJP an opportunity to hit back at Aam Aadmi Party, calling them central high command, getting insecure or something like that. But other than that, Raghav Chadha is not a big politician. It's not like, he's a mass leader or somebody, who carries political weight with his politics done so far. He was part of the inner coterie of Arvind Kejriwal, and the clear differences were visible to everyone. When Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, sent behind bars, Raghav Chadha maintained a clear distance from Aam Aadmi Party, and it was many said that while all the other Arvind Kejriwal's closed circuit was the ED picked them up, or they were interrogated, they were questioned. Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal, Sanjay, everyone went to jail, Sanjay Singh and all. But Raghav Chadha was not touched, and Raghav Chadha maintained a complete distance from Aam Aadmi Party. It was crystal clear then that he has decided a separate future for himself. As I said before, I'm not surprised at this. What I'm surprised at that it took Aam Aadmi Party this long to crack the whip on Raghav Chadha.
You're saying that he wasn't as big of a political leader. A lot of, the Gen Z out there think that he's a very relevant politician. He puts on the blanket, gig workers' his clothes. He tries to do that delivery. I mean, he's really fond of social media, isn't he?
Well, being fond of social media and being someone, a politician who's a tough political, tough politician are two completely different things. I mean, raising voice of Gen Z or being, making yourself endear to Gen Z or raising voices of gig workers and all doesn't make you a true blue politician. He has been trying to carve out a niche for himself by making those reels and all. But, politics is a completely different ballgame altogether. If he quits the party, joins BJP, then, it's like entering an ocean. Then you'll have to literally figure a space for yourself, and it's not going to be that easy. There are people who are already working there, prove their loyalty. So it'll be a very tough task cut out for him. I think Aam Aadmi Party realized that the more it drags this particular issue, it's going to be more embarrassing for them given, elections in Punjab, and that is the reason why I think this public fallout has happened. It will create, talking points for BJP and Congress, who, as opposition parties, will, it's their right to hit out at them, but it's not going to result in any kind of political loss for Aam Aadmi Party. That's I'm like 100% sure.